This show contains mature content and is not intended for young audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to the Assholes, streaming live from a garage somewhere in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I'm Ryan.
He's Andy.
This guy's Andy.
Hi, my name is Andy. It's not rape if you kill her and hide the body.
And I'm Fletch.
I'm not a lawyer, by the way.
It falls under something a little more than that, maybe.
Probably.
Prostitution by proxy.
Well, was there money exchange? Then doesn't become prostitution. I think they might call that, I don't know, murder.
There you go.
The word premeditated sometimes gets thrown around the courtroom. That's not good.
It's not. It's really not.
Not good at all.
Everybody knows I don't really plan for anything, so I think
So the
that'll
word
go
premeditated is kind of a overzealous attempt.
well. Right. No. I just saw the Bernie shirt and went off.
Oh,
That's what happened.
God.
I lost it, man.
You don't like old
I'm surprised
Sanders.
they didn't lose it on you. You see all those Democratic supporters and everything are the ones that are violent.
Oh,
Have you seen the recent, you're posting all the damn shit on Facebook.
Oh my god, every time I see a video of a Trump protester being a piece of fucking trash, I share it because I'm just like, oh no, you're right, it's Trump that's the problem. It's definitely not the assholes that are trying to start the problem.
Right.
I saw a thing on Facebook. It said, when the illegals protest your candidate, you've probably got the right guy.
Right?
And
Or
it
when
shows,
both
Mexican
parties, are fighting to stop this one candidate, you probably found the right guy. He may not be the right guy for the job, but he is by far the best option out of the shit pile they serve.
And that's, I said it here a couple episodes ago. When we elect, it's either a pile of shit or a bigger pile of shit.
Right?
Which do you pick from? We haven't had a
Do you want
quote-unquote
the
clean
bowl
election.
of piss instead? Something you can drain out?
Yeah, at least you can drain that.
I have a photo that I shared on Facebook that I'd like to show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I like this picture.
If Colton can bring up screen presenter, which he will eventually here, but it's
Alright.
pretty much how it goes.
Waves a
these days.
Mexican flag, doesn't want to live in Mexico.
It's
I
like-
think that's funny.
They flee Mexico to come to the U.S. and because of all the corruption, all the crime and all that, the drug cartels and all the violence down there, and they literally want to turn U.S. back into Mexico.
Well, you know,
Didn't you run away from your problems in Mexico?
you know why they're doing that. It's no different than the kid that's behind the glass going, nah, I'm here and you're there. That's what it ends up being. You know, it's just a bigger ploy on the same thing. They know that they see American television and internet and stuff down there.
Right.
Right.
So they're just sitting there, you know, nana boo-booing, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And even then, it's just, what's going to change down there even then? You know that,
They'll always be
words fail
cocaine.
me. Words fail me. No, but you realize down in Mexico, they require, for voting, they require you have a legal ID,
Yeah.
Mexico does?
A
Yeah.
voter registration
a
card.
voter registration. But somehow, if America does it, it's racist. Somehow.
Yep.
It's like, it's racist. No, it's not. Anyone with any race can come and get the goddamn fucking thing.
I think you should be required to show that you are a citizen of the country when you go vote.
Exactly.
That is not unreasonable.
Because then what's to stop, say, fucking a shitload of, let's just throw out a country out there, fucking China. A bunch of fucking Chinese people come and go, vote for this guy. And then they leave. It's not changing shit for them. They just come in and throw a vote in and then they're gone. It's like, why?
Right. It's... Yeah,
They're trying to shape our politics. We wouldn't go over to China and vote for their people.
I mean, shit, that's how it works, right? Let's all go down to Mexico to vote in their primaries and shit. That's how it works, right? If it doesn't work, let's just scream racism.
Let's go for Juan Valdez. That way we can have all the free coffee we want.
Have you guys
Oh,
heard about
freak
Vermin
off.
Supreme?
The what?
Vermin Supreme.
Vermin Supreme.
He's been a presidential candidate for the last few elections.
Oh, just never hear of him.
I'm gonna pull up a picture of this guy.
It's not ready yet, obviously, but he'll pull up a picture. But, I mean, speaking of presidential candidates you never hear about, Ron White,
Oh, boy.
I haven't heard him not running. Oh, this guy!
Yes.
This guy!
Oh, jeez. He looks like the dude from, what's that TV show where they make the duck calls? Duck Dynasty.
Yeah,
Yep.
this guy.
Yes. This guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's running on a free pony platform where he guarantees every American a free pony. And
Why not?
dental and he wants to fund a secret dental police to ensure that Americans are taking care of their teeth. Happier teeth make happier people.
Oh,
Vermin
that's
Supreme
no lie,
claims.
though.
That dude's got dentures.
Actually, I don't doubt his dental integrity one bit. I think he has clean, healthy teeth in his really old skull.
But even then, he's not wrong. You know, if your teeth are good, you're not going to have them toothaches. You're not going to be sore. You're going to be a little bit happier. Then vice versa, if you don't take care of them, you have sores, you're fucking pissed off because you have in pain all the goddamn time.
But then again, I feel like it's my right as an American to have teeth that make me look like I'm a meth head.
Well, you can do that. Who's to say his policy doesn't say, man, do what you want?
Or, Colton, what about people who drink Coca-Cola all the time?
Hey,
What about us?
That's
I-
the shit.
That's bad for your
That's
teeth.
discrimination.
I resemble that statement slightly.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on with our live output camera, but it's all screwing up for us. Either way, we can keep going with whatever we want.
Yeah, it's
But-
still streaming.
Yeah, I figured it'd still be streaming fine. It's just right now I'm looking at our thing and it's frozen, but I know it's working for. I could see on his way back there. I could see it's working just fine. Yeah, slight technical difficulties for us, not for the
Right.
people out there.
Right.
But either
I
way-
think it's
You
funny.
gotta
I
see
look
the
like an
expression on my face there. I look like...
If only. Okay, there it's back now.
ogre.
Yes, and you're like going, oh.
We're just watching a freeze frame here, which
Right,
unfortunately the viewers can't see it because
Well, you
it's
see
not
that-
their screen.
You see that dude...
Well, that's the second time it's done that so far. So
Ah.
You see that dude that's, doing the whole dental thing, that'd be enough to scare the hell out of anybody. I'm sorry, but that guy's high on something. I don't
Well,
know what.
duh.
But he's
He's
high,
high on
on
life.
something.
He's high
But
on
anyway,
life.
to speak more on the whole running and everything, way back in like November or something is when Ron White announced on AOL that he was running. That he was said that he's shocked and scared of all the candidates. None of them are good enough. Which, duh, none of them are good enough. But is anyone who's actually able to run as president gonna run? No, because you get everything fucking blamed on you. Everything fucking goes to shit. And you're not gonna get the fucking vote anyway because both parties don't want you there. They
Well,
want their
yeah.
puppets in there. Which is
Yep.
why Ted Cruz and whoever the fuck else is joining forces to try to stop Trump.
Kasich.
Because he's
Fucking-
not going with the party.
It's such two-faced shit.
It is.
What Ted Cruz is trying to pull off right now. Kasich
He's
is already being a
proving-
bitch because he needs to drop out. There's no possible way for him to win. And Cruz and Trump together both said, "Listen, buddy, you can't win. Hang up the gloves." And then later on, Cruz just jumps from that and be like, "Okay, Kasich, let's work together.
Right.
We can't let Trump win because
I
heaven
just-
forbid we give the people what they want."
Trump said that it proved how weak they are.
Hmm.
To me, it proves how much of puppets they are.
They're
That they
so
will do
desperate. Mm-hmm.
anything for their party. It's straight up the party for them. They don't care about what real Americans want. They want to keep happy with the party.
Right.
Well, I like keeping happy at a party, but it usually involves a bottle of liquor.
Yeah. Usually.
Usually.
And even worse, the fucking Democratic Party. Are you fucking serious with the stupid idiots out there?
They don't call them the Jackass Party for a reason.
Right? Right?
I get it. It's because their thing is a donkey.
Right.
This guy's hilarious.
This guy's funny. This guy's got all the good comedy here. What a knee slapper that be.
Slapstick comedy.
Oh man, that's
We
good.
should,
I like that.
I can see
And when
us-
I see a picture of Hillary, that's the first thing I think of is the back of a butt.
hilarious thing. Yeah, I follow Occupy Democrats Logic because they point out all the stupid flaws that they
it's
do.
one of my favorite pages, actually.
Right? They actually posted up something recently. Where was it? I shared it today, but they posted up something recently. It said something along the lines of, if we would decriminalize pot and clear all the fucking prisons of all the potheads and all that, you'd have more room to put away the real criminals like bankers and politicians and lawyers. And then it just showed a picture of
We
Hillary.
wouldn't have any lawyers left.
It shows a picture of Hillary going, but I don't want to go to prison.
That's right.
There it is. I'll share this to Andy so we can put it up on the screen. But yeah. I mean, I saw that and it's like, yeah. Share in a private message to Andy. Boosh.
Boom.
There you go.
Shazam.
Sent to you. You should have received it. There it is. Not that one. That one. That's funny though. If we could do this and whatever, it's like, but I don't want to go to jail.
That picture on the right, that'll keep the rats away.
Yeah, she's honestly. I mean,
It wouldn't just keep them away; they'd be dead.
Yeah. Yeah, rat poison, he got nothing on her face.
Right.
Ugh.
Dear God, you know, Bill Clinton chose another woman while he was in office.
Yeah, that's right.
yep.
I had to
Makes,
let.
makes me wonder what anyone really thinks.
See, Hillary's just sitting there saying like, "Oh, I'll be the first woman in the White House," and Bill's just sitting there. No, you won't.
No, there's been others.
There's been other women in the White House.
Yes, there has.
You got a friend request.
Somebody.
What was that
Oh.
one chick? I can't think of her name. Trip. I can't remember her first name. There's a clip on Family Guy where where Peter and Bill Clinton are doing prank calls, and he calls Linda Tripp. There we go.
Oh,
He goes, "Shut up, you fucking bitch," and hangs up on her. And Peter goes, "Well, that wasn't a prank call. That was just annoying."
that episode.
But I'm thinking that's like every phone call that Bill and Hillary have.
Right. Right.
So he's pretty used to it.
Fucking hell, they always go back. She's jumped so far in between, like bounced around the whole fucking issues just to try and stay on somebody's good side.
Right. Right.
I'm surprised she hasn't pissed off the whole fucking country yet. I
Oh.
can't believe there's still people who fucking support her.
That's because there's other people like that out there.
Right. Right. And they're just. I don't know. There's a lot of the whole. Why can't a woman do it better? And it's like. You know,
It's like,
yeah, fine.
a
We can
woman may
elect
be
a
able-
woman, but bring us a woman worth electing.
Right? It's like,
Yes.
yeah, sure, a woman, I don't care. Be a woman or whatever and run for president. Not fucking Hillary.
Yep.
Somebody else. Somebody worthwhile.
It's kind of like
Not Pelosi either. Don't say Pelosi.
No.
no, don't say Elizabeth Warren either.
Or Elizabeth Taylor. Oh, wait, she's gone. Never mind.
Oh.
Oh,
But she made darn good perfume.
but fuck, I had a thought.
Well,
No.
there it goes.
No,
Flying
but it's-
away.
No, I remember it. Having
See, it
Hillary
works.
Clinton, electing Hillary Clinton because she's a woman is a lot like electing somebody like Suge Knight because he's black. Imagine
Oh, wait,
electing
hang on, that
Suge
happened
Knight
already.
for president,
Hang
and
on,
like
wait a
one day the
minute.
VP talks a little shit behind his back, and then the next moment we have no VP.
Hang on, wait a minute. We already had that happen, though, having a president elected because of a demographic.
Oh yeah, no.
You see how well that works?
Well, and one thing I've noticed with Obama, our current president,
Yeah.
it seems like every time, and this is the one thing that pissed me off, was he was holding a conference or a meeting with these Black Lives Matter protesters,
Oh, dear God.
freaking giving them thumbs up.
You realize they're a terrorist organization if you take into context of what they've said and what they've decreed.
And he's got them in the White House going, well, yeah, good to go, you know.
Oh,
And,
wait, hang on. But Trump divided the country somehow.
Right.
No, that
Fucking
was
bullshit.
No, that was done long before. Trump just might spread that a little bit worse.
Well, it just proves who's all the fucking ignorant bastards out there, and, you know, they're not worthwhile of anything. It
Yeah.
just pulls out the trash,
But I mean,
which
I
is
think,
what you need sometimes. You need to see who the fucking trash is to take out.
I think
Yep.
I think it's pretty interesting. Like, it's like it's pretty unprecedented for how well Donald Trump is doing so far, and the fact that people are voting for him means that people are finally not letting the media make decisions for them.
Right?
They're not taking one of the guys that the establishment laid in front of you, the two career politicians that are going to do fucking terrible. Like, you look at the last few elections, it's Obama and fucking McCain. Or, no, Romney. Like,
Yeah, the last
Mitt
one was Romney and
Yeah.
Obama.
Then there's John McCain. It's the same reason why we elected Bush twice. Are we really going to elect Al Gore?
Right.
Really? Are we really going to
gosh.
elect John Kerry? You think either of those guys would have done a better job?
Right?
They
No.
wouldn't have.
And the irony is they showed a picture. This again was on Facebook. They showed a picture of John Kerry back during the Vietnam era, where he's testifying in front of Congress in his military uniform. It wasn't a Class A; it was just a drab green. But he's testifying. He's got the long hair and the sideburns and all that. And it showed on there. It says, "He was this way then. Why would you elect him now?"
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, they should go back and see what Trump was like back, say, in the 80s and 70s.
I think they've done that a few times. Some
Trump
places have
Trump
done
was
it.
in some military academy, but I haven't really read into it much.
I think, yeah, he was. From what I recalled, yeah, he was in
St.
a
Which
Vincent's
means that's
for
at
wayward
least
boys.
he was willing to become physically disciplined and do something instead of just be rich and spoiled and sit on his ass.
Well, I mean,
Well, what do you think he's going to do as president?
Well,
Rich
I
and
mean,
spoiled and sit on his ass.
hang on, he struggled hard with that $1 million loan that his dad gave him. That small $1 million loan,
And it's definitely it's definitely silly to hear him say that, but on the same on the
same
leg,
aspect.
on the same leg, that's just like businesses get those kinds of loans all the time.
Well, yeah.
And
You need that kind of capital to get started, though.
right. And now Donald Trump is worth over $4 billion from 1 million. And I think that's a lot harder than a lot of people think it is. Especially with the just sheer amount of companies the guy manages.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
that brings up another question. If he does become president, now all these companies he owns, doesn't he have to put that all aside while he's president? He can't control all that while he is president?
Well, who's all saying he was really controlling them?
Well,
Yeah, sure, he may be the big house and the owner, but, I mean, he's got people to run them.
yeah, so he'd have to actually unplug from all that while he's president, and then once he retires,
He probably has a son helping him too.
And you gotta see it at this point too. This is actually a smart move for him. He's gonna have full-blown better security everywhere at every one of his places he visits. Simply because becoming president, now you got the Secret Service on your side.
on top
Free
of
security.
his own on top of his own security.
Right, free security additions.
Yep.
He's actually using his brain here.
yeah.
That and here's what I see funny as well. The Democratic Party, you got Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders living off the government for the past however many fucking years, decades. On the GOP side, the Republicans, you got Kasich, I think his name, whatever the fuck, I don't know his name, Cruz.
You can call
Both-
Kasich useless because that's
Pretty much, yeah. But both of them have been living off of the government too because they've been political people. They've been either lobbying or being a
Senator, congressman.
senator, congressman, or someone in political power, which is living off of the government. Now, there's only one runner that is not living off of the government, and guess who everyone's complaining about? The one guy who made his own money.
And the one guy that actually created jobs
Oh,
in
hey.
the United States.
Oh, yeah, hilarious thing, too. People are being paid to protest Trump's rallies. He's not even president yet, and he's already creating jobs.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Well, what I don't get it, and I see this rather often on Facebook, it makes it circle around, is they talk about, well, you know what, if these senators and congressmen would have to live on, say, Social Security or veterans benefits
Or minimum wage.
or minimum wage, boy, crap would change in this country. Yeah, I think it would. It'd be nice for the
It would
people to get the
change.
salary they get and swap it more or less.
It would change, but not for the good. It'd go straight back to what they're doing now.
Really?
Well, if they're controlling the policy,
Yeah, they just we're
they'll
going to give
find some
ourselves
way
a
to get their
raise.
money worth.
They can vote themselves a raise.
Which
No
is not how it's
employee
supposed
can
to
ever
be.
do that.
Right?
No employee could ever do that.
I can't go up to my boss and say, hey, I get a raise.
Right.
I can't do that. I can
No.
ask for a raise and try to describe of why I need the raise or whatever, but
you can
I
also-
can't just say, hey, I'm getting a raise and then bump it into my paycheck. I can't do that.
And he can also tell you to stick it too.
Exactly.
So, that's what we need to do is when these congressmen, even in our state assembly, when they vote themselves up a raise, say, no.
Right?
We get to vote on your raise every, say, 8 years or something, or 4 years. When you're elected, okay, then also comes up, do they get a 3% raise or whatever? And you check yes or no. And if it was voted down, then they don't get the raise.
Exactly.
That's the
There
way
was also
it
a
should
bill,
go.
there was also a idea floating around the waves and everything of how a raise should go. It's not voted on. It's if the GDP increased by say 3% or not. If it didn't or if it went down, they didn't get a raise at all. In fact, it should honestly that some of them should be let go.
That's how they figure Social Security benefits is based on the GDP.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, people on Social Security didn't get a raise this year because the GDP didn't change.
It's like, well, why the fuck didn't the fucking
But the
the
congressmen
Congress
got
people
raises.
got the raises?
Yeah.
Because
And I do. I think about the
they're
seniors
doing their
that live
job.
on that,
Yet they're not doing their fucking job.
No.
I think about the seniors that have to try and make it on a Social Security income, and they don't get the raise, but the congressmen do, and that just boils my blood.
Oh yeah, hilarious thing. I saw a thing where Hillary's trying to do campaigns like, "Yay, I'm just like everybody else. I'm getting a beer. I'm pouring a coffee. I'm getting everything." It's like, bitch, you're wearing a $900 goddamn dress. You got a $500 fucking handbag. You get paid every time you take a speech $265,000 to make a goddamn speech. You're not one of us. You're
No.
not one of the people.
That's
here.
an awful expensive mug of beer.
Exactly.
And if you go back in time, you can see Hillary claiming that that she and Bill were broke when they left the White House.
Yeah, right.
Broke off of, and they've got an annual salary of a couple $100,000 a year coming in from that job for the rest of their fucking life. And they're gonna tell me that they're broke? Are
Right.
you fucking kidding
If
me?
I had a couple 100,000 coming in like that,
I'd be happy to do
Oh.
50,000 a year.
yeah.
God, dude, I made 22.
I made,
I think
28.
that's okay, and I do just fine off of 22. And you're telling me that you were flat broke off of what, continuing to make a couple $100,000 a year?
I think I made like 28 this year,
Why?
and most of that went into fucking expenses and everything, all sorts of like the medicals and all that, all the benefits and all that. Half of that went into that shit, so I didn't even like see half of it.
Right.
And
then
how
I-
often do you gotta go, how often do you gotta go to the doctor?
Fuck, lately it's been a lot.
But by and large, you don't go that often.
Well, by and large, you don't go all that often, but if you don't have insurance, it sure as fuck jacks up the price.
Yeah, it does.
That fucking hit me hard a long time ago or whatever.
Right.
But thankfully nowadays, I just go to the VA.
Yep.
Just go to the VA and they say, yeah, here you go. If the VA is good at anything, it's making a veteran of any branch a mobile pharmacy. Every morning at work, I pull out the pills I need to take for the morning, and everyone goes, holy shit, you got a pharmacy here. I'm like, yep.
They're all
Here's a pill,
prescribed.
here's a pill, here's a pill. acid reflux thing sort of is what it mostly is. Others for back pain, and others, well, apparently I have low iron in my blood.
Yeah, I take an iron too.
Yeah. That's about it so far.
I just take illegal drugs.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We know Andy all too well.
Yeah. No.
But no, to go back on that whole medical thing and everything, I said I had to tell you this story because I had to save it for today because, well, Andy knows this story. And any
Oh,
of
the
the
bum
viewers
knee
from-
incident.
Yeah. Anyone who's seen the first season will probably end up knowing this story, but I busted my knee up a couple of years ago. And I went and because we were working on my truck here in the garage. We were working on my truck. We had Brittany's friend over. We had Dave was over. Blake was over.
I love Blake.
Dave and Blake and I were all working on my truck. We were doing the front brakes on it. And Brittany and Danielle, I think was her name, was over there. And then as we're done, we had lowered the truck on the ground, and we were putting little window stickers on the back, USMTS stickers on the back windows. We just finished putting it on the right passenger side when all of a sudden I hear, boom! And I saw red lights flash by out front. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I ran out there, and sure enough, another car's limping along the way, and there's Danielle's car shoved across the driveway up into the curb. Fucking dumbass slammed her car.
Oh.
And then I said, I yelled out, we got to get the fuck out there and get them or whatever, make sure they're all right and yada yada, because the car came to a stop. It couldn't fucking drive anymore. Like, you could tell that they were fucking drunk, obviously.
You called the cops.
Oh, yeah. They were already on the fucking phone with the cops as we were running out there. And then when we get up there, the passenger had just cracked open a cold one. Just cracked open the cold one. You saw it fizzing over and everything.
Can you say redneck?
Oh, these fucking idiots were far from redneck. This chick, I swear she had to be high class on something. And then fucking the other dude's like hood fucking whatever. And then get her out of the car and everything, make sure they're all right and everything. She says, I was just trying to make the turn and everything. I couldn't make the turn. Yeah, the turn's 2 blocks away. You're on a straightaway here. What are you doing? Crashing through the fence there?
This isn't NASCAR.
No, I didn't mention anything to spook or anything. I didn't mention anything like that. I just said, make sure you're all right here. We'll sit down here on the curb. Got people come, make sure you're all right. We'll get tow trucks out here because obviously your car's not fucking going anywhere. And then Dave came back over and I said, all right, I'm going to go get my truck and, police are going to be coming around and all that. I'm going to go get my truck and do a brake test, relieve some of this adrenaline rush, So I went and I put my gun on my hip and took my truck out for a brake test run. As I'm pulling out of the drive, the first officer shows up. As I'm backing out, I mentioned to him, by the way, yes, they have been drinking. The passenger just opened a fucking beer when I ran up to the car. And then, right as I was pulling out, the fucking bitch starts running up the driveway. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And at this point, my house and the house that was down was almost a block away. So I literally matted the throttle and just dove into that driveway after her blaring the horn. Air horn, mind you. I was waking up the neighborhood with that sumbitch.
Oh my gosh.
She runs, hops over the fence and everything, and she fell on the other side of the fence. She was trying to, go around the garage, try to take a short path or whatever, try to throw me for a loop, but I ran into the backyard a different way and saw her jump over the fence. So when I went over there, I pulled my gun. I was going to, aim, and then she fell on the other side. I'm like, well, I can get her in a wrestling match here. So I left my gun on that side of the fence. You don't want your weapon in a wrestling match. You don't want them to get a hold of it. So I left it on that side, that and the holster too, because I had a fucking nylon holster at the time. Piece of shit, mind you. That came up with the pistol, and I had to toss it whenever I did that, and basically left it on that side of the fence, hopped over. My knee cocked over and tore an ACL, mind you.
Ooh.
That sucked. But the adrenaline was just flowing, and I basically held her to the ground, and that you're not going anywhere. She goes, I'm sorry, I didn't. My mother works for the city and everything. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care about your goddamn mother. I don't care about what you're fucking sorry for. All I care about is you're not fucking going anywhere. And then the officers are running around, like running up and everything. And I yell, back here, officer. He comes around. He's got the flashlight shining, looking for us as he comes up. I've got her held down, so I'm kind of calming down at this point. I say, hey, officer, hold up. Just be careful. There's a weapon on that side. It's mine. Left it over there. Shines flashlight on it. Then goes, okay, see it. Thank you, or whatever. Comes over the fence and then arrests her on right there. And then takes her, obviously, out to the front yard. Can't climb back over the fence with her, you know. So he's got her over on that side, waiting for another squad car to come over. In the meantime, my knee's busted up. I can't hop back over the fence to get my weapon.
Oh, no.
Neighbor comes out, wonders what's going on, and say, drunk driver hit my friend's car outside my house. Her car's out front there. She tried running. I came back and caught her. Unfortunately, I left my weapon on that side there, so can you get an officer or whatever to come help me out here? So, yeah. He walks out to the front, and all of a sudden, I just hear this officer start running up and everything, busting around the corner, flashlight and everything. Easy! Fucking Kemosabe, relax! How the fucker that caught your suspect? Fucking relax! So then everything, we get to talking blah, 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 and then he pisses me off a little bit. It's like, well, let's have a conversation out here in the front and everything. It's like, well, I can't jump over this fence. I'm going to have to walk around and everything. So I walked around the block. Adrenaline's still flowing, so I don't feel any pain in my knee at all.
Oh, no.
Adrenaline's still flowing.
But you're trashing your knee in the process.
In the process, I'm trashing my knee. I should have taken his offer to ride in an ambulance. I should have taken it. But at the time, I didn't feel a thing. It wasn't until later that night where I was like crawling out of my truck after driving them home. I was like, just crawling into the house. Like, yeah, I should have probably taken that ambulance ride. But I'm talking with this officer and everything. He's all talking about, well, civil liability and everything. You know, you've got a weapon, you're not an officer and everything. It's like, yeah, but I'm a fucking good Samaritan catching your goddamn suspect. He goes, well, what if we had come around the corner? What if I had come around the corner and you're standing there with your weapon drawn, holding down her? I don't know who's who, and things fly in an instant. You got to make a decision on the fly. I said, stop right there, officer. So what you're saying right there, what your exact words indicate is you come around that corner, you see me with a weapon pointing at someone else, no ill intentions. My words saying, I'm back here, officer. You clearly tell it's a male voice yelling at you, come here, officer. I have your suspect, that you would shoot the guy with the gun when you could clearly tell the one on the ground is a female and the voice that was yelling for you was a male. Thank you, officer, for doing your fucking duty. His fellow officers started backing up from both of us. He wanted none of it.
No, boy.
And then fucking everything. He's just like, because he had given me the rounds to my pistol, my revolver. He had given me my rounds that I put in my pocket. But then he's just talking with me and everything. He's saying he's all like a firearms instructor from Minnesota, firearms safety instructor and all that.
But he handed you the weapon absolutely wrong?
Oh, yeah. Because I didn't bring this up to him whenever it had happened. I didn't bring it up at all. I should have definitely laid it on him and said, because when he handed me the weapon, you're supposed to hand it open and clear, and with a revolver, you just pop the cylinder out to the side and hand it. He didn't do that. He just handed me the weapon. And at the time, I just wanted to leave, so I went and got my truck, and I just drove back to the house. Brakes worked, by the way. They worked awesome.
Sure they did.
I should have easily laid into that officer to say, oh, by the way, you're a firearms and safety instructor? How the fuck are you supposed to hand a revolver over? I should have done that, but no, I didn't. Later on, he kind of came back later as we were just sitting out talking to the other officers and waiting for another tow truck to show up. He actually came back. He came by and kind of apologized for him being kind of a dick. Say, well, you kind of do need a new holster. I said, yeah, I know, but it's really hard to find a holster that's for a revolver left-handed. It is extremely hard to find one. But that's that story, and yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
The world we live in.
Basically, I'm not afraid to tell off officers.
Well, that's apparent.
Oh, it's not the first time I've done it either.
Probably won't be the last either.
Nope. I've told a story before. When I was down in North Carolina, I got pulled over by a state trooper for having exhaust on my car. The side pipes. And did I tell you that one?
Yeah, but you said it was all clear because
Oh yeah, my
South Dakota
plates
law.
were South Dakota plates. It may not be legal for North Carolina cars, but
What did you find about Obama on the computer?
oh dear God,
Looks like he's smoking a cigarette or something.
He's,
drop.
He's doing a mic drop because apparently that's news. That's the
Apparently.
fucking joke that our president is right now. He's on national news for holding a microphone sideways and then dropping it at the end of a speech.
Bring it up on presenter.
I could probably do that.
It's because he's black.
Nah. See, there's the GIF. Just
Yep.
oh, $5.49 for a lease?
Wow.
Too much.
Yeah,
Dear
Jesus
God.
Christ, that's a lot of money.
$5.50 for a fucking month? You gotta be fucking high.
That's almost my rent, man.
I mean, that's more than what I pay in rent.
Oh yeah, that's definitely more than I pay, but like that's almost my rent like altogether.
Right.
Like that's 200 shy of how much it costs for my entire apartment.
That's over half of what our rent is. Like, if you take that monthly payment and my truck's monthly payment, you have my rent. I pay
People in-
$350 a month on my truck.
People in other parts of the country, though, would look at that and go, oh, that's a steal.
Right? Oh yeah, because you're totally, used to just driving Bentleys and shit and Porsches. Yeah,
No.
fuck you.
Seriously, I was watching a show. It was on Netflix, but it was originally broadcast on the Home and Garden channel.
Oh God.
And this I think she's like a teenager, maybe younger adult lady looking for an apartment in New York,
Yeah.
and for something on the order of like $2,100 a month. I'm not kidding you.
Jesus.
$2,100 a month.
Oh,
for
wait, this
viewers,
is
you
new.
can't see how big this garage is, but imagine about a quarter of where the carpet ends here. Go all the way down to the garage. That's her whole apartment.
Jesus Christ. That's
Yeah.
$2,100. Jesus,
Yep.
we have this garage. You could count it as 1, 2, third car there, and you could put a fourth car where we're sitting. Basically, that's how big our fucking garage is. And then we have a little extra space to put our studio stuff.
From what I've been told, an apartment, say it was this size, you'd pay like $5,000 a month in New York City.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking New York, though. Space is a prime thing down there. You gotta make the money, and then you gotta spend the money to fucking live. It's like, no wonder you got so many homeless people out there, or people living in cars.
Well, even in Portland, where my most of my family lives, rents are so dang high.
Because people all want to move there.
Well, can't blame them. It's a beautiful country, but yeah, there's plenty of homeless. You go downtown Portland, you'll find them everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, fuck, here in Sioux Falls, you can still find them too.
It's not.
not
It's
hard.
not near as bad here as it is out in the bigger.
Oh
cities,
no,
though.
it's nowhere near as bad as what they say it is. But
Right.
I mean, shit.
We had
got-
we had a homeless guy that was camping out in a tent out the off ramp,
It
And-
happens.
and he was making big news for like a few months.
Was he?
Yeah, like I don't know. People kept offering him free stuff. They kept bringing him food and gifts and shit like that, and offered to buy him homes, and people bought him bus tickets to go where he needed to go, and he wouldn't accept any help. And it was actually, I'd imagine, pretty fucking frustrating for the guys trying to get him out of the fucking ditch.
I mean, if he doesn't want the help, I mean, shit.
Well,
Let him live his own life. If he wants to just do it on his own, I mean, more power to him.
yeah.
You don't
but
think the Highway Patrol didn't kick him out or something?
No, it's not illegal.
Really?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Because it's only for like pedestrians on the interstates. It's allowed by the state. The state doesn't say it's illegal, but it says in the clause the city or county ordinance or anything can make an ordinance to say one way or the other. But by state, it's not illegal. So basically, I mean, shit, you can set up yourself on an on-ramp or everything, stay the night, and then keep on walking. Even though this may not be the safest or the most cleanliness
No.
or the whatever, it's definitely not the best way to do it, but, I mean, fuck, if you want to do it. That's
Right,
all you.
right.
It's all you. I'm doing my thing, you know, I'm gonna drive across country. Although I will say, the whole thing, the best roads, all my years driving across country and all that, best roads I've ever been on, Tennessee. Tennessee
Really?
is the best highway system I've ever been on.
Huh.
Roads are smooth through the whole state.
Wow.
About Minnesota.
No. No. No.
Because
No.
I noticed when you take I-90 going out of Sioux Falls towards Laverne, you can literally close your eyes, you know, don't plug your ears, but if you close your eyes, you can tell when you've crossed into Minnesota.
Right.
Because of the way the road sounds.
Yeah. By the way the road sounds and by the way it feels.
Yeah.
You can do that with any road that crosses into Minnesota. Like if you take 42 out to Minnesota, if you take out towards Hills that way, I mean, shit. As soon as you hit that border, you know you're in Minnesota.
Yep. I'm actually going to Minnesota in the next few months.
Is it kind of like crossing from Texas into Mexico or what?
Pretty much. Like, there's a bunch of...
Depends on the border.
It depends on where at on the border.
On the Mexico side.
Oh.
On the Mexico side, it depends on where the border is. Because if you go like head towards like one of the bigger border towns, it's not that much of a transition
No.
as for road condition. Minnesota, it's more along the lines of one of those small borders that you hit one of the dirt roads going through the border
Oh,
and
yep.
everything.
Yep.
But
Up by, like,
in Minnesota,
Jasper.
that's every
Yeah.
road.
Crazy.
God, I'm glad I don't live in Minnesota, man.
Right?
What a shitty state.
God, they're so back-asswards in every solution they try to find.
Yep.
Oy.
While we're on the topic, fuck Jesse Ventura.
Oh God.
Oh, here we go. I knew this was coming. Minnesota politics. Okay, what do you got to say about the old vet, man?
What's that?
What do you got to say?
I'm glad Chris Kyle kicked his ass. It's a piece of shit.
Oh shit.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah, the guy's dead, and you're gonna continue to sue his grieving wife. Good job, Jesse. Top notch. Good job.
Right. Good job.
What a gentleman.
Oh, continuing on with the whole good job on people for bashing, you know, the beating the dead horse and everything, keeping on the stupid path. Fucking Paul Walker's family will not shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they keep
trying to sue Porsche for
he
the
was-
fucking wrongful death. It's not Porsche's fault.
He was driving like 200
No,
mile an hour.
Paul
wasn't he?
Walker wasn't driving.
Oh, that's right. He was passenger.
He
in
was
the car.
passenger.
He was shotgun. Yeah.
He was riding shotgun with his friend in the car, which apparently the car wasn't street legal. So what was it doing on the street? And why was the driver driving in the way it was? It wasn't Porsche's fault.
It wasn't. No.
Porsche didn't tell him to drive that way. Porsche didn't sell him the car to do that purely to say, oh, hey, by the way, get Paul Walker in the car and crash it and kill both of you. No,
Right.
Porsche did not do that. They sell cars. They sell cars that people want. And people buy them and do things with them. You cannot sue a car manufacturer for someone driving drunk and slamming into your fucking car and killing your family.
Right.
Same issue with the fucking Paul Walker case. Shut the fuck up.
I agree. I think.
I mean, what?
If that was the case, then every time someone got killed in a DUI, you'd sue like Anheuser-Busch
Or the
whatever.
fucking car company for allowing him to drive drunk.
yeah,
Right. Because why blame anything
on the
the person
actual
that did it.
actions of the person.
Yeah. Why would we do that? Why?
Right,
That doesn't make
right.
sense.
I'm serious.
I'm a liberal.
We've,
And I don't
lost,
know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
we've lost accountability in this country.
That's the problem. It's just that we're voting for
You
these
see-
politicians that they're just like, hey, listen, I'll give you more free stuff. Don't you feel bad for the poor? Vote for me.
Don't you feel bad for the poor? Obviously, you don't.
Don't you
bitch.
feel bad for the blacks? Don't you feel bad for the women? Equal rights. We still have it, but we're gonna continue to capitalize on your sense of entitlement.
Oh shit! I just thought of something. Whenever you said equal rights and everything, I saw a picture of a Facebook post and everything. So it said, and it was a woman that said, "I wish myself and other women got as much rights as a gun does in this country. So you want to be hidden from view everywhere. You want to be locked up in a case when not in use. You want to be banned from buildings and court places. You want to be banned in schools. You want to basically be not seen and be banned from most places. Right?
Oh yeah. It's like God, this one fucking comedian, old Jew hag,
God.
Judy Gold. She says on Twitter one day, she said, my 16-year-old son went to go get me NyQuil, and they carded him, and they said since he was 16 he don't get no NyQuil. Now
Yeah.
why is it easier for him to get a gun than NyQuil? It's like no. He's
Yeah.
16. He can't just walk into a gun store and get a gun. That's not how this works.
No.
Oh, another thing. I think it hilarious and everything. I show a picture of it's a fucking cartoon that the fucking liberal side posted up. It showed
Allegedly.
guns on the walls and then books on a bookshelf above the guns. It goes, how about we do change to make guns not as accessible as this, or books are accessible than this. Say, yeah, please explain to me how guns are as easy to get as, say, Barnes and Noble.
Right.
Walk into Barnes & Noble, you go buy a book, and there you go. You got a book. You walk into a gun store, you have to fill out paperwork. If you don't immediately clear the background check, you're not getting it. In fact, in California, I think you still have to, even if you immediately pass the checks, you still have to wait that 5-day waiting period. Me, personally, I was able to get mine immediately because I'm a vet, and I passed the background check with flying fucking colors, and had paid for my weapon there on the spot and filled out everything, and I walked out with my weapon that day. But that's not all the instances that it happens. That's not how it's supposed to go. You have to go through all these things. You have to jump through a couple of hoops to get it. It's not as easy to get as a fucking book.
Right. And then
You can't make that argument.
yeah, and then they want to make it harder. And it's just, Colton's got a sign up here on one of his cabinets. It says banning guns is like no, making it harder for law-abiding citizens to get guns is like making it harder for sober people to drive cars because of drunk drivers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
doesn't make any sense.
It makes absolutely no fucking sense. At all. But, because people are paid to talk and everything, they'll say whatever they want. Or they'll say whatever someone else tells them to write.
Right.
Because they're getting paid to do it. They don't obviously think that and everything. Because they say, guns make us less safe or whatever. Yet they're surrounded by fucking armed security.
Yep.
It's the most hypocritical thing I've ever seen. Is that
Who is it you call?
politicians rely on armed security to not get killed.
And who is it that you call when someone breaks into your house? A cop. What's the cop carrying? A gun.
Right?
Oh, and liberals love to argue that, we shouldn't. Oh, fuck the police. The police are not our friends. All cops are bastards. And but they'll. Why do you need a gun? The cops have a gun.
Right.
Yeah.
Hilarious time. I actually went into somewhere and I open carry everywhere I go. I actually went into somewhere and then some guy walked up and I think it was in a restaurant or something. It was either a restaurant or a fast food place. I just can't fucking remember. This was like 3 years ago or something. But walks up to me and goes, "Sorry, sir, but we don't allow guns in this area. I'm going to have to ask you to leave." I say, "You don't allow guns in this area?" I said, "No, sir." "Well, I don't allow your pussification in America here." "Oh, well, that's how you feel, sir?" It's like, yeah, it's how I feel. Now, I'm sitting here. I want to order my food. I want to pay for my food. So you're going to kick out a paying citizen just because he doesn't agree? Well, we don't want to become a statistic. It's a liability to us and everything. No, they say, well, I don't want to fucking become a statistic because of the liability of, say, some fucking criminal comes in and doesn't give a shit about your fucking rules and comes and shoots up the place.
Yep.
Because he doesn't care about your fucking gun law or whatever, about your stance on guns. Well, you're in here with a gun. Exactly. If a fucking guy comes in here with a gun, I got a gun, and I'm going to stop the fucker with a gun.
Yep.
That's right.
They go, well, and he just stumbled to say, well, I'm going to have to call the police and because you're not leaving when I want you to leave. And say, well, what do the police carry? Say they carry guns. So you're going to be hypocritical here and you're going to call someone with a gun to come remove someone with a gun because you don't want guns in your property? How hypocritical of you, sir.
Yeah.
I got applause from the place. People were applauding me for that shit. I can't fucking remember where I was, but
And not to mention, if it isn't posted on the doors or in the establishment, right out in the open,
and
no
even
weapons
then,
allowed.
And even then, it still doesn't matter.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a fucking sign. They can say whatever the fuck they want, but you're a paying customer and you're already guaranteed the rights by not only the United States Constitution, but also in this state.
So what about
covered under the state constitution.
What about when you go to a hospital, though? I noticed they have the sign.
They have the thing. Well, they allow cops to come in there. They have weapons on them. So basically, it's another fucking thing. Now, personally, I mean, fuck. What are you expecting? Them to fucking break into a hospital and start shooting up the place? Granted, it's fucking happened.
Oh,
It
Tri
has
Valley.
happened.
Tri Valley, bro. They.
Oh, yeah, Tri Valley.
Tri Valley, bro. They.
Implemented the school sentinel program.
Yeah,
Finally.
so you know, some teachers are gonna have guns for Tri Valley because they're smart.
Exactly. They're fucking smart. They realize that if something were to happen, hey, well, honestly, this applies to any school anywhere. Mm-hmm. But it applies especially so for Tri Valley because they're out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
They are.
They're literally a school in the middle of a cornfield.
Yep.
Out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So if something were to shit, if
And what's
shit were
the
to hit the fan,
What's the response time, I suppose?
easily
for-
a fucking half hour.
Yeah.
If not 15 minutes, if like the shit hits the fan, you know officers don't give a shit about speed limits at that point.
Right.
They're gonna be balls to the wall. It's gonna be governed out as fast as they can fucking
But
go.
there's still a response time.
There
in
is still a response time in which the shit has already kicked off, and there's already bullets flying.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna have people. What?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Yeah. Well, now they're actually gonna have people that are in there who can respond immediately to the threat. Mm-hmm. I saw fucking Kelloland comments and everything, and I actually got likes for my comment and everything, and go because they were saying, well, they were not happy with it and everything. Well, the answer to everything is guns, right? It's guns, more guns and everything. Yeah, fucking this is stupid. It's like, how stupid is it for you to fucking say something like that?
And it's not like
And I
they,
went into the whole thing about the response time and how, and I think in my exact words, more like the lines of, if shit were to hit the fan, not only would if the school resource officer was there, would have to hear it happen off and hear it start calling off. Then he has to call for backup. Say, I need backup here now. And then there's a response time. Then he still has to respond to whatever, and he may not be able to get there for another amount of time. And then if the officer's not there, which most of the time he's going to be somewhere else because it's a fucking county officer. The county is shorthanded. They got to be pretty much everywhere. They got to go around in places. So you're going to have a response time. And I always end my rant with this little bit. When seconds count, the police are only minutes away. That's how I always end it. And it proves into the point. Seconds count.
milliseconds.
Don't
count.
rely on minutes.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that shooting in Harrisburg?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mine and Colton's high school principal got shot. Somebody came
In the arm.
Yep.
So some kid came with a gun or whatever and got pissed at the principal and
Which doesn't make sense to me because the guy, Dr. Kevin Lean, he's actually the nicest guy in the fucking building.
I don't
Easily.
know. Some people are just stupid. Oh, and by the way, kid is under 18, yet he still had a gun. So how do gun laws work there again?
I was just going to go there. You were talking about the whole underage and gun bit. It's like, well, how did he get possession of it?
Exactly. He
Yeah.
bypassed the gun laws. They did not work.
If that gun didn't jam on the second bullet, my principal will probably be dead.
Well,
Like
they
that-
tackled him, didn't they?
Huh?
They immediately tackled him. Like
Yeah.
as soon as it happened, he got
he
shot
actually-
down.
he actually got a little
tackled
bit of
him,
distance.
but
He was going for the
trying to
doors.
shoot off a second round though, but
Yeah.
the gun jammed. So
Thank God
they were
it
able to
jammed.
tackle him before he was able to get it unjammed.
Thank
Yeah.
God it jammed.
Oh, they had all sorts of people there too. They had the FBI there, the CIA.
Oh, I guarantee it
and-
because it's a school fucking shooting.
Yeah,
ATF,
well,
yeah.
They're gonna have all that shit there. Which, again, how did the gun laws work in that instance?
You know, and that's the thing is I always prided myself on, you know, I've lived in the state just about all of my life. Not quite all of it, but vast majority.
Yeah.
I always prided myself that South Dakota was the one state that didn't have that kind of crap happen.
Right.
And then the Harrisburg thing happened, and it was just like, well, that does that out.
I'm surprised it didn't happen at somewhere like Roosevelt or Lincoln.
I'm waiting.
just
I'm waiting
think-
for it to happen.
Thank God it didn't happen in the city, you know, or in Rapid City or Pierre, you know, any place like that. Anywhere in the state is a bad place. Anywhere in the country or the world's a bad place. But
I'm all surprised that it hasn't happened there yet. They've already found guns and shit in school lockers and shit.
well, that's
Yeah.
good though.
Drugs and all that.
That's
as well,
good though.
Too.
They find them before the shit goes down.
Exactly. That's why you have the officers go through. They have the K9 units come through and sniff out shit. They actually have students that are aware of shit and they're actually reporting shit
That's good.
rather than just seeing a fight and busting out the phone.
Oh,
Right,
I've seen that on Facebook too.
God, too often.
Yep. And then the cop ends up in this Facebook video just football tackles
Yes,
the girl.
that one.
Oh yeah, the
I was
two
about to bring it
girls that
up.
are fighting. Oh
Just-
I
god.
was about to bring it up.
The kids got, you know, all the kids have got their damn
All
cell
the
phone
phones
out,
out.
taking video of it, and the cop just comes in like Troy Aikman, boom, just knocks her right to the ground like a
I
pile
swear,
of shit.
I commented on the photo or I commented on the video whenever my friend shared it. I said, "Insert John Cena music."
Yeah, dun 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 dun. Yeah,
Boom,
boom, come down right on him or on her.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're just seeing they're doing bitch fight and everything, yelling and all that, and all of a sudden you see straight to the ground.
It's great. It's
And
great.
they're
It's-
pulling each other's hair like a bunch, like two cats stuck in a cage. You know,
And
There's
just
one thing
immediately-
women can't do. It's fight.
it's
Women
some-
can't fight to save their goddamn lives.
yeah, it's like. All of a sudden, he just comes in like a big bulldog, a Marine.
yeah,
Big bulldog.
it's boom, straight to the ground. Took both of them down.
How much you want to bet that boy was a Marine?
Probably. I don't
Would
know.
not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you saw the two chicks that were fighting are just laying. He's on top of the one, basically cuffing her and detaining her, and then the other one's laying on the ground in pain. It's like, yeah. And then people are like, well, you shouldn't have done it. It's like, well, they shouldn't have been fucking fighting.
I'll bet you
He's
the kids
one
are just sitting
officer.
there going, "Holy shit!"
Right?
Well, see, like my problem is like everybody always complains, like,
Those two kids had every bit of that coming.
oh
Exactly.
yeah, and everybody always complains, yeah, it's being so
besides-
rough, and we got babies, these kids, we got babies,
Like, you're
they're so
babying these kids is what caused it to be
And-
this
yeah,
way.
And besides, if the cop did, if he ended up breaking a couple bones will heal. What that cop could have been a real dick. He could have taken another route and just put a cap in her head. That would have been a bad way to do it.
Yeah.
Or you could have just started beating the shit out of them.
But no,
Realistically
he
speaking.
ended it in a professional
He
manner.
did exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah.
And it's not-
Use a slight escalation of force to put it to a stop.
Yep.
And it's
And
not
he
a
stopped
cop's,
it.
It's not
He
a
stopped
cop's
it.
job. It's not a cop's job to make sure you feel all nice and warm inside. It's not a
No,
cop's
it's-
job to make you comfortable. A cop's job is to make you stop doing this stupid fucking shit that you're doing right now.
If you
like
can't
you're
do
done.
it on your own.
It's like, you're done.
The day a cop comes up and says, "Andy, now you need to quit doing that," I'm going to go, well, there's the pussification of the country.
Yep, there it goes. There goes the country.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, there's some times where it's like, some people, oh God, this city alone.
Yeah.
I've listened to the scanner sometimes.
So do I.
Yeah. The stupidest shit get called out. It's like, and they wonder why police aren't out, doing patrols of the traffic and everything. It's because 75% of the fucking force is out being called out to stupid shit.
Usually domestics.
My kid won't pay attention. My kid won't calm down or whatever. It's
Yep.
like, well, fucking discipline his ass. It's
It's-
not the cop's job to do that.
Well, but now here is the angst. Here's the problem. The parents, even if they wanted to, the way it's structured now, and it wasn't this way when I was a kid. Now I'm going to start sounding like an old man here for a second. So
Oh
just,
no, you're
okay.
not an old man. It wasn't
You
structured
always
this
sound
way when
like an
I
old
was a kid.
man.
But I'm going to start to sound like one here for a minute. Back in my day, when you fucked up, you got the belt. You got the hand. You got, a slap
got
across
something.
the face.
Did you ever get the ruler or the yardstick?
Yup.
Yeah, I didn't go. I did not.
I got both those from my grandma.
I did not go to Catholic parochial school, so I did not get the luxury of getting my knuckles cracked. However, back in those days, you didn't have the problems. Nowadays, the parents are kind of hand-tied because, well, if I discipline my kid, then they'll end up turning me into child services. So then they're almost going, well, you know what, fine, I'll call a cop. At least then if the cop does something wrong, the blood's not on my hands.
At that point, I'd just go to the news and say, well, he was misbehaving, so I had to fucking, give him a little smack. Say, hey, knock off the stupid shit.
Well, didn't you see this was probably a month.
That's another thing too. Is a lot of those people that are complaining about that don't even have kids.
Right?
Yep.
It's
Oh,
like,
Tiffany.
you tell me how to raise my kids when you don't even have any.
Full
Right.
disclosure, I don't have kids,
I don't
but
have
I
either.
was once one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Tiffany was explaining it as well. Like, she had an instance of fucking where someone had called child services or they fucking came and inspected her home and everything. Tried to say, well, it's got to be this way. It's got to be like this. It's like, do you have kids? No. Then how the fuck do you know how it's supposed to be?
Yep.
A book doesn't teach you how to be a parent. Being a parent teaches how to be a parent.
Yep. Yeah. And once in a while, you fuck up along the way.
I
but
mean,
you
shit,
just-
yeah.
Kids, when they come out, there's not an instruction manual attached
No.
to the umbilical cord. I'm sorry, it just does not happen.
Same with women. There's no instruction manual. Sorry, it's not. There's no instruction manual
No,
stapled to the breast.
They actually did complete edition 1 of the Guide to Women. It's like a 400-page book, but it's only edition 1.
It's like that
There's like 12
huge-
other editions.
And it only covers day one.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What in the flying fuck are you looking up here, Andy?
But truthfully,
August 911.
on Facebook, they had, or it was Kelloland, I think, that had posted it. One of the CBS stations around here had posted that this parent was going to get it for using a belt on their child. Well, it depends. Now, did they use that belt and leave overwhelming, blister marks and bad bruises, things like that, or do they just do it once or twice to get them to pull their head
Get 'em
out,
to shut up
to
and-
get them to pull their head out of their butt?
Yeah.
That is where the cop has to be discerning. Okay, that's abuse. Nope, that's discipline.
Yeah.
But to bring charge now, it doesn't say. That's the thing, and the media does not tell you.
No, the media never tells you anything.
And they don't say, well, okay, this is what the child looked like. They might not show pictures, which is fine, but at least say, well, the child had multiple bruises or this or that. Okay, then the viewer or
there's a little bit of a.
the viewer or the Facebook reader, the listener can discern, okay, that was probably an abuse. But when they don't give an indication either way, then you're sitting here scratching your butt going, well, was the dad just trying to discipline his kid? And if so, quit putting that crap on Facebook and on air, because all you're doing then is feeding these kids going, well, I can do whatever the heck I want because
Right,
I'll get mommy and daddy in trouble.
It breeds a no responsibility thing.
And kids
Which
are
is what
already
the
that way.
And which is what the problem is continuing on. You see all this shit going down.
They got
those
900
cities.
holes in their head, and
Yeah.
they do frickin' drugs, and I'm talking drugs, not marijuana. We're talking the hard crap, and staying out till all hours of the night, and they got a rap sheet a country mile long. That's what we're breeding when you don't let parents discipline their children correctly. I say correctly.
I know.
Correctly,
I know.
yes.
I know a whole bunch of kids right now. Their parents aren't fucking paying attention to them, and they're all strung out on
Yep.
Adderall and.
This kid.
And
Yes.
they just let it go. I mean, the kids pretty much are stuck raising themselves, and that just makes me want to puke.
Fucker.
There was my rant for the day. He got to do one, I did one.
Oh, speaking of the whole kids and everything and all that, the Washington Post and news and everything did an article on this thing. This 11-year-old kid that shot an intruder in his home.
Good kid.
The kid was quoted as saying he started crying like a little baby. He shot him in the leg, I think it was.
I want to shake that boy's hand and say,
Right?
"You are now a man."
Chris Gaither was home alone petting the dogs on Wednesday morning when he heard a noise upstairs. 11-year-old boy from Talladega, Alabama. Where they just had the NASCAR race today. Told NBC affiliate, blah, 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 that he was scared, so he grabbed a knife and steadied himself. Chris said the man appeared on the stairwell, but when confronted, he ran back upstairs. When the man reappeared moments later, the boy told the station the individual was holding a gun. When he was coming down the stairs, that's when he told me he was going to kill me. F you and all that, Chris said. Instead of running, Chris told the station he upgraded his weaponry, picking up a 9mm handgun that was in the home. Chris said he threatened to kill the man and ordered him to get out of the house. I guess when I pulled the gun on him, he didn't think it was a real gun because he didn't worry about it. He just kept on walking. Not only was Chris holding a real gun, but the boy knew how to use it. His stepfather had been giving him shooting lessons. Once the man made it outside, Chris fired a warning shot. The man who was carrying a stolen laundry hamper began running. Chris emptied the magazine, firing off 12 shots. By the time the intruder neared a fence in the family's front yard, the 11-year-old told the station. Final shot hit him in the leg as he was hopping the fence. I shot through the hamper he was carrying. It was a full metal jacket bullet. It went straight through the back of his leg. He started crying like a little baby.
So I have a random question. Who the fuck steals a laundry hamper?
It may have had something else in it. Who knows? I don't
My
know.
other question is, and maybe Alabama law is different in this respect. I can only go off of what ours are, but you can only really legally get away with shooting someone like that if they are facing you. Because if they're retreating, you can't fire at them.
Well,
Yeah.
this is an 11-year-old kid. He's not really
I
going to
think
know
that's
the
why
laws.
he's getting away with it.
But there's more to it. It says, in 2006, the Huntsville Time reports, Alabama enacted Stand Your Ground, a law that permits the use of deadly force against an aggressor if that person is about to use an unlawful deadly force, physical force, a burglar about to use physical force, engaged in kidnapping, assault, robbery, or rape,
Robbery. He's stealing
unlawfully and forcefully entering a home or car or attempting to remove a person against their will. There are exceptions for people who used to live there and under no injunctions or whatever. And breaking into a nuclear power plant.
Well, now, they had a whole thing on the whole Stand Your Ground law when that whole thing happened down south with that Trayvon Martin when he got shot.
God.
Okay, so but to talk about the Stand Your Ground law, South Dakota doesn't South Dakota subscribe to that same law?
Yes, South Dakota does have a Stand Your Ground law.
So that would also apply if that situation happened here. Would that kid be in trouble then? I mean, just going off of what you're reading there.
Well, I don't know exactly how the wording is in South Dakota, but there was an instance where a burglar had broke into a home. I think it was up near Crystal Lake or something, up north somewhere. But someone had broken into this guy's home. The guy shot and killed him, and then the courts cleared him because obviously the dude broke into his home.
Okay.
Yeah, he broke into his home.
I guess I was always told that if you're going to shoot somebody, they better land in your home. I mean, maybe that's an old wives' tale thing. Maybe
That can
There's
be an old
definitely
wives'
something
tale.
legal about shooting somebody that's running away from you. I'm not sure what it is. I'd have to ask my dad about it.
Yeah.
In Texas.
Oh,
you
in
can't shoot him
Texas-
in the back.
In Texas, if a guy cuts a fart in the wrong way, you can blow his butthole off.
Well,
I mean, that's just about the way it is. It's probably not. I'm probably not
Probably
too
not
far from the truth,
quite that way.
but
I mean, I
probably
think
not
if
far
you-
from the truth.
I think if you shoot somebody that's retreating, I think you can catch a manslaughter charge. I think. And I
Well,
think
maybe.
'Cause
I'm
presumably-
not sure
Depends.
exactly. I'd have to ask my old man about it.
Presumably, if they're running away from you, they're no longer a threat to you.
Right.
Unless
right.
they're
But-
running to, say, their car, which they may have another weapon in there. You don't know.
You don't know if they're going to go retrieve another weapon or something and then come back at you.
Exactly. Well, if they're running off into the middle of fucking nowhere, then, I mean, where the fuck are they going to go?
In that situation, just my own personal choice, I guess, if someone was running
Shoot
towards
the
a car, if someone was going to run towards a car, I would definitely blow the tires out,
Yeah.
you know, and disable the car. And hopefully, to God, you talk about the minutes versus seconds thing, that a 5.0 would be there to bust him right then and there. Because now he can't move because his tires are flattered and,
Well,
flattered in a 2x4. But
you say they don't go anywhere, but I've seen some stupid people try to drive off on rims, and fuck, there's even a video that's floated around Facebook a bunch of times where there's a Mustang that doesn't have a front left tire at all. There's no
And
rim
it's
even.
still
It's just
rolling.
it's scraping on the ground, just driving down the highway.
speaking of shot out tires, we had that shooting a couple weekends ago in downtown Sioux Falls. We've all heard about this.
Yes.
And if you go on Facebook, you'd find it. They caught the sucker
They caught him.
over in Wyoming.
Yep.
How did he get, and this is from what I saw on the internet, he was in Sioux Falls originally. Okay.
Yep,
He
that's
got
where it
out of
happened.
Sioux Falls. He ended up in
Minneapolis.
Twin Cities. Then he ended up in Lamar's, Iowa. Then he was in Flandreau, and then he was in Presho, which is the western end of the state. Then he was in Mission, which is down in the southwestern part of the state. Then they finally get a hold of him in Nebraska and
They have a chase, and
chase and finally stop him in Wyoming.
he
And-
apparently even fired at officers too.
He fired at Nebraska troopers. Oh, and the other kicker is when he was in Presho, he was pulled over, I guess, by a state policeman or a county sheriff. He was pulled over by
I think it was by a state trooper.
Yeah, he was pulled over, but he gave a false name or whatever and didn't arouse suspicion at all. And the policeman let him slide and go. It's like, I'll bet you that cop's going, oh.
I guarantee it.
He's
Yeah.
probably sitting there rubbing his head, banging his frickin' fists against the wall or something. I mean, the cops are human. They screw up. I will give him that. But I'm sure his superiors probably grilled him.
Right,
And
right.
this also could be, they're not thinking he's too far away from.
They probably
Sioux
didn't
Falls at
think
the
he'd
point.
get out of Sioux Falls.
That's because whenever he was pulled over, that day, they hadn't even expanded it to a nationwide search yet.
No,
That
and
it hadn't been broken that it was breaking into a nationwide search.
the other half of it is he wasn't in the car that they supposedly thought he would be in.
Yeah,
when
he
was
wasn't
Sioux
in the
Falls.
suspect vehicle.
No, he was in like an old 80s Oldsmobile, like a Delta 88 or something.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I had one of those.
yeah,
88 Oldsmobile.
big old 10 feet of hood and about 90 miles of trunk behind you. Yeah, I can only
I had
imagine how that thing handled at high speed.
I had a Delta Royal Brougham too. It was a 1988. It was
Oh,
fucking
my
nice. I
gosh.
missed that thing.
Yeah, but at least they caught him, and now he's in Wyoming because they got him on charges of DUI and drug possession, paraphernalia, something or other. But
Right,
he's going to be
right.
sitting in Wyoming for a while because I don't know how this works. Again, smarter minds than mine. But okay, if he's gotten busted for these things in Wyoming, why don't they just kick him back to South Dakota, drop their charges, because they know he's going to sit in the pen in South Dakota for the rest of his life.
Because
if
why
not
not?
die.
Yeah,
Why not
yeah.
have him suffer some more time over there? Because, fucking, he did shit over there. In
So Wyoming wants
obviously.
their just desserts first.
Well, they caught him, and he did shit in Wyoming. He's got to serve time in Wyoming. He's gonna come back to Sioux Falls. He's gonna come back to South Dakota.
It's just, and I suppose South Dakota's sitting here going, fine, you have him. That's less money we're spending to house him at this point.
And I see the thing and everything.
So it's
like,
probably they're both kind of liking it, more or
There's-
less.
You could definitely still take somebody through criminal proceedings while they're in prison already for another crime in another state. I think.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, we're talking about police response time. So like, I've had to deal with the cops. See, because I'm the only 24-hour gas station in town.
Yeah.
And I'm one of the overnights, so I have to deal with the police a lot. Well, not like a lot, but we're well acquainted.
you know that
You're
you know
talented. You have gas 24 hours a day? That explains a lot.
Some beans, man. Some beans.
Them damn beans.
Yeah, recently we had a stolen vehicle that was abandoned at my gas station. Some guy stole an SUV, tried to put diesel fuel in it. It is not a diesel vehicle.
Oh,
And obviously the nozzle isn't going to fit in, so there's fucking gas everywhere.
It depends on the station, really.
Right, right.
On what?
nozzle
'cause-
size.
I mean, up here at the Holiday, the nozzle's the same.
Semantics
okay.
aside, you get diesel fuel in a gas engine,
It's not going to
trashed.
go. It's not going to
You've just trashed it. The fuel pump, the fuel filter, everything. It's done.
Right. And
It hasn't gotten to the motor. It won't get there.
So yeah, we had to deal with that. And let's see, a few weeks before that, I actually had to call the cops for the first time.
Oh, wow.
That was there were these two guys that were about to scrap in my parking lot,
Ugh.
which would have been really cool had it been somewhere other than my fucking parking lot, right? Like,
Hell, charge $1 a head, make a little money.
Right?
Split it
Right.
with your boss.
I should have told them to move it across the street. But you know, they're about to scrap in my parking lot, so I call the cops, and they're great response time. 1.5 minutes they were there with backup. And yeah, and that went over well. You know, the two guys both went home. Nobody went to jail, you know, because nobody started throwing punches. It was just a drunken argument, and
They were just cussing and swearing back and forth, more or less.
well, yeah, they were talking shit. They were yelling, but nobody threw punches. But the sheriff's guy actually comes back in, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to talk to you about this real quick. It appears that you've got a few warrants out." And I'm like, "Yeah." The next morning, one of the local guys that I see every day pulls up. He rolls down his windows and he says, "So I hear somebody's a criminal." And I'm like, "Yeah."
So what do they want you for?
Failure to appear in Lincoln County and failure to maintain financial obligations in Minnehaha County.
Insurance.
Oh yeah, your car insurance. Car insurance.
Yeah,
And the others for
side, it's
an
all
underage I got, I just never went to court.
Ah.
Failure to
I
appear.
decided, I woke up that morning and I had court and I had to be there at like 9 a.m. I woke up, it's about 8, and I said to myself, "Yeah, I'm not going to court today." And then that was it. Now I have a warrant.
Gosh, there's a song that pops in my head about that, but I can't think of the name of it.
Don't you just hate that? You're thinking of it. It's right on the tip of your
Yeah.
tongue. And then it just, nope. I can't think of it.
I'm having a total brain fart.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Because I got high.
Yeah, that one.
Because I got high.
That song.
I was going to clean my room, but then I got high.
Hang on, we might have copyright issues. That.
Nope.
Get up
Stay under the
and
10-second mark.
Yeah, there you go.
Stay under the 10-second
Right.
mark.
I think it's technically it's a cover. I think that passes as long as it's
There
not
we go.
the
Yeah.
exact- So I'm
Guys,
gonna
you don't
keep
play an
singing.
actual recording of them singing it.
So
Hey,
long,
Andy.
so long as we're
I think-
singing
I
like
think- I
six
think
different
the-
songs at one time, Content ID is going to be like, "Ugh."
Well,
Andy.
I think like
Andy, you're being contacted.
what?
Did you say you had one in Minnehaha County?
Yeah.
It's not showing up.
Ah, must have been taken care of.
I swear to fucking if my dad paid it off, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed.
Yeah, I
Why
searched
would you be
hash rate, it
pissed?
doesn't
I'd
come
be
up.
like, Dad. Why?
Because I don't feel like I owe him something. Like,
Oh wait, never mind.
fuck you, Dad, for
He
keeping me
found
out
it.
of
No,
jail.
never mind, he found it.
I found it.
Okay, cool.
It's
Yep,
the
you
failure
still
to
won.
maintain. That's from 2014.
2 years ago.
Damn.
Jeepers.
Damn.
Bad boy. Go take care of it.
It's not too terribly expensive either.
I still haven't been to jail. I think the one lyric that you're like, I was gonna go to court,
Court.
but then I got high.
That's it. That's it.
That's the
Gonna
one.
pay my child support, but then I got high. One of my favorite things about the recording is that you can hear the other guy on the other mic going like, "No, you weren't."
No, you weren't.
Oh, hell.
No, you weren't.
Fuck, I lost half of my, I
So-
lost half of my train of thought there.
So call it paranoia on my part, and Colton's gonna say yes. Just sheesh. Don't say it, Colton. So I
Absolutely
go
say it,
on
Colton.
this I go on this web page that can show you if you are a wanted person or not in our particular county.
Yep.
I'm not going to advertise the screen name of it or the web address.
You probably know
Who
about it.
cares?
But
probably
anyway, so I go on there and I type
It's
in
a
my last.
government website. Who gives a fuck?
I
Right.
type in my last name, and all of a sudden, because I never see anything under my last name pop up. And of course, I'm doing this on my phone, so it comes up real small. You gotta, spread,
Zoom
in, and all of a sudden, I see something. And I thought I was gonna crap my pants right then and there. I thought, what in the fuck did I get now? And I look, and it's someone I'm not even related to.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
there's another. Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah. Like shit.
Thank you, Lord.
I mean shit. I can tell.
So yeah, I just looked up your name and I see that one. I'm not going to say the actual name, but it's failure to register as a sex offender every 6 months.
That's
So
not
you might want to
me.
get on that, Brian.
That's not me.
Yeah.
See.
And apparently, if you're living in South Dakota, I don't know, you can, if you want to take care of your.
Ooh. Hey. I just searched my last name. All my family has caught up with their warrants. There's nothing. Hooray to my family.
My family doesn't get that honor. My family doesn't get that honor, and it's my fault. No,
Hello, Andrew. Hello, Andy.
that's me.
There it is. I mean, shit. We could easily just take this and search.
They're coming
I'm
to
a-
take you away, haha.
Coming to take me away.
I'm a
Wow.
hardened criminal at this point.
Career criminal.
Hey guys, do you want to go
Allegedly.
rob a bank?
What bank?
Because I don't have a gun, so I need your help.
I mean, we're just gonna have to go in and ask and everything. Ask
Tell her, could I please have 50 cents for a phone call?
I mean, this is a holdup, but I don't have anything to hold you up with. I couldn't afford a gun, or I couldn't afford a knife.
I'll hold you up with my love.
No, see, it's just the cutscene goes to some dude sitting there holding a gun at like just the banker dude in the office. Like, I said I want a small business loan, damn it! Do you know how a robbery works? No, but I want a small business loan, damn it!
Or you could do like the Onion movie. Just walk into the bank.
Oh yes! I
He's
can't
all
believe you've
dressed
seen
out.
that movie. That movie's my
Absolutely,
favorite
I've
movie.
seen that movie.
Oh my god! Yeah, the
Banker
guy.
guy walks in, holding everything up. It's like,
Sorry, I'll give you the money. Nah, money. Bitch, I'm here for a motherfucking job.
money? No, I don't want no fucking money. That's temporary. Bitch, I'm here for a job.
Gotta have good goals.
And he becomes like employee of the month, and like it says
Bank
on his plaque,
robber.
armed robber. and-
Armed robber. And he's still got the mask on. He's behind the desk counting up all the accounts and everything, still in the mask and his ghetto
See-
outfit.
That would be hilarious because then somebody comes up. Hi, I'd like to make a deposit. Give me all your money right now!
No,
Yeah, and then armed robber saves
Okay.
the day because he's
Which
like,
account do you want to put it in?
People make me sick asking for handouts and.
no, the actual robber came into the bank and tries to rob the armed robber. Then he,
Which account, checking or savings?
Pretty much.
oh,
If you put it in your savings account, you get a 0.2% interest rate. That's good. You do that.
The Onion movie is one of my favorite movies. I remember I saw the trailer for it, and it's the one where they got the neck seatbelt, and the head just shoots out the fucking windshield. I died laughing when I saw that preview. I was just fucking rolling.
Punk.
The funny one, I saw what you're talking about, but someone redid it where the head comes shooting off and it goes plunk right into the stool. All you see is, you can tell it's a mannequin's head. They cut away from that and it goes plunk. And it sounds like a turd hitting the water. And it's like, and you cut away and you hear flush.
Yeah.
Oh no, I love how they open with that movie too. You know, it's like they're in the newsroom and everything, and then there's this house on fire and all that. And then they cut the way. It's like, we got to make this a news scene right now. They show up to the house on fire. It's like, we're here at the scene here where a man just cannot find his favorite pair of socks.
Yeah, and then
And you
there's
see the house
fire
burning in the background.
I don't know where it is.
I just don't know where I woke up and my favorite pair of socks are gone. I don't know where they are.
Where the guy walks up to his car and it's smoking, and all of a sudden it's like, dang it, I wanted my ribbed for her pleasure condoms, but they're all melted. Damn it.
Oh, and then all the hilarious commercials
Oh, jeez.
that they had in the movie. What was it, for the landmine or something?
Oh God, the landmine. It can remove anything. Trees, bushes, elephants. Steven Seagal and Cock Puncher. That was the best. Cock Puncher.
Yeah, Cockpuncher.
Yeah, Cock
The
Puncher, man.
the superhero movie. Wasn't that?
Do you have it in-
Didn't Steven Seagal play
Did,
that?
did
Yeah,
any
yeah,
of
he
you
was
guys see
actually in it.
the Accepted?
Oh God.
Ask me about my wiener!
Except it was a great movie. I think Lewis Black should be. I think Lewis Black should legitimately be every single dean of students. Because
Right?
he's amazing.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Am I getting close? Just go with what you feel. Boom! You're good.
I need images, damn it.
Make sure
There he is.
Make sure they're good.
Steven Seagal's Cockpuncher.
Make sure
just
they're
looks
good,
like-
wholesome family comedy here.
Yes, yes.
Right,
Oh
right.
God,
Hey,
the
Cock Puncher is wholesome and family.
I mean, he's got the whole Kill
don't get
Bill
a family
outfit
without
going
a
on
cock.
there.
I think my favorite was the closing. It's just like they somehow tied it all together, and then the leading anchor is giving this great fucking monologue, and he ties it up with. And what we've learned is that creeping corporate influence on the news saves us from terrorism. End movie. And it's like, what?
Because, yeah, it tied all the pieces together. You got the terrorists came to the studio. And obviously, Cockpuncher's out there. So they thought about the landmines. They put them over the cock. So you cannot punch there. The landmine will go off. Well, then they thought about something else. They played the little lollipop girl thing.
Oh, the Britney Spears parody thing.
Yeah, that
oh
thing.
my God.
And then, of course, they get excited. The landmine falls off. So now, ooh, you can save the day.
I'm curious, who came up with the idea for this movie?
The Onion
The
team.
Onion did.
Yeah,
Oh
The Onion.
my
The
gosh.
greatest news source on the planet.
You guys got to remember.
Total truthful news, by the way.
I've never seen a lot of these new movies that come out. I might see previews, but that'd be about all. You got to remember, I still have VHS tapes of my good movies.
I think you can actually get it on VHS. I think it's that old.
I think it was like 2004, 2005.
It might be still available
Because it got bad ratings, but like in 2000, if it would have aired in 2002, it would have gotten amazing ratings. But I
Right.
feel like it was a few years after when it was supposed to come out, and it's like, no, fuck you, it's still an amazing movie.
then. It's hilarious.
It is.
By the way, obviously you got the Onion news source, and I just hiccuped. Stole the words from me or whatever. But anyway, you got the Onion. If you're on Facebook or if you're on any social media and you see a news story from, say, the Onion, Duffel Blog, some other news source, it's all complete true. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's all true.
I'm used to the ones.
National Report, all true.
There you
I'm
go.
used to the ones with Will Ferrell, and he's standing there in that cheesy '70s suit. He's got the afro going on and all that. I think it's an afro, but he just stands there like, "Hi, my name's Will Ferrell," and just drier than a bag of bones, But he reminds me so much of a guy they used to have on the CBS station here back in, I think it was probably in the '80s. They had this guy on there. He's since long gone. He retired. He wasn't there that long. This guy would do a sports segment that, you take a can of pop, and if it were a can of pop, you'd pour it, and it would be powder. It was that dry of news. And I'm just sitting here going, I don't care if the Twins won the World Series. You're boring me to death.
Speaking about the World Series, you always got the world famous Cubs having the longest streak in history.
I'm a White Sox fan.
Hey, they have no, don't worry, the Cubs. They have the greatest and longest streak in history of losing.
Okay.
How many teams out there could say they've gone over a century of not winning the championship?
Well, the Twins are probably a close second. They're like a possum.
It's the Cubs. Sorry, it's all Cubs.
What? I always thought Minnesota was the one that was like a possum. They played dead on the road and at home.
Possibly, I don't know. The Twins, they make mistakes. But I mean, they sometimes do good. I mean, but at least they're not like the Cubs where they just blip. Nope.
When they had Joe Mauer, they were kick ass. I will
Yeah.
say that. when they had him. And of course, Puckett's no longer with us.
Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. But Minnesota just can't quite get there, you know. And
Well, they don't have the money. They
Well-
they can't afford to get the people up in there.
this is just the funny thing.
And
And
Prince is dead.
well,
God.
so I was just going to go there. Okay, you know, Prince was an awesome singer. He was an awesome singer. But someone posted on Facebook and it said, I don't know, I can't even hardly say it, but he says, oh, great, now Prince is gone, so now there's nothing in Minnesota that's purple that's worth a shit.
Right?
It was something on that order, and I'm just, as I read it, I dang near tipped my laptop off of the desk because I was laughing so damn hard.
All right. Well, hate to cut you short there, but we gotta kill off time. We gotta send away. So don't forget, we are always looking forward. Follow along, and we'll see you. Good night.
Subscribe to us.
Subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Like there, it said. Do it today.